What's up YouTube? Welcome to the video. Now, this will be my first ever video using a camera that is not a GoPro. So I recently went through this breakup with GoPro and I was trying to choose what camera I was gonna change to. So in my quest to find the best camera for my moto vlogging adventures, I did what a lot of people out there do. I came here to YouTube to try to watch some videos and get some ideas on which one to choose, only to find out that this market is oversaturated and there are hundreds of videos and it's hard to find creators that are being genuine. Then you realize that a lot of these people are sponsored and they're getting paid for these reviews, or they sabotage the competitors to make it seem as though the camera that they're being sponsored to promote is the better one. So this video is actually being recorded on the DJI Action 5 Pro, and honestly, I attempted to make this video before, but I did not like the footage, and I'll tell you why. Now, one thing that I do not like about the DJI Action 5 Pro that I'll tell you right off the bat is that HDR look. I noticed that my videos looked super overexposed and super HDR to the point that I looked like some kind of cartoon character. And that was even more obvious at nighttime. It got to the point that I was about to go run crying back to GoPro, begging them to come back, like, "Baby, come back, you could blame it all on me." But after coming back here to YouTube and watching some more videos, particularly settings recommendations, I just made a few minor adjustments, and now I actually think that this camera was the best choice. I just simply went to the exposure setting and adjusted it one notch. So instead of shooting at that default zeroed out exposure, I went down to a negative 0.3 and I love the results. Now this is ultimately what made me decide to go with DJI. This right here. Now DJI came up with this, the DJI Mic Mini. I love the fact that I can connect this directly via Bluetooth to the camera, and this is how I am recording this video right now. Also, what I did is I put a small magnet on the inside of my helmet. Let me see if I can show you. I put a little magnet right in here inside my helmet, and I use the microphone and just attach it in there, and then I can shut the helmet down and have that microphone recording on the inside of my helmet. And I've tested the audio and it's been great for me. So being able to wirelessly, without any additional wires, no media mod or anything attached, I can stream audio from this microphone and I can record directly to the camera, no strings attached, no wires, and I love that. So that being said, let's mount up and roll out. Okay, I literally just pushed the record button on the Action 5 and instantly it started recording almost within like a second. Right off the bat, I'll tell you right now, this is my absolute favorite thing so far, man. How quickly it starts recording. I literally pushed the button and like half a second later I'm collecting footage, whereas with the GoPro, it can wait like 7 seconds. Being on a motorcycle, especially, by the time I get to the actual thing that I want to record, it's too late. I missed it, you know? So yeah, GoPro has some catching up to do. And we're off. So now we're in a parking garage, and this is what the footage looks like in the parking garage. Okay, so I just fueled up. So now we're off on this beautiful day to go check out some beautiful scenery. Okay, so we are now heading onto the ramp to go east toward Fort Lauderdale. And this is how the footage looks right now on the DJI Action 5 Pro with the assistance of the DJI Mic Mini. Once again, guys, being able to record instantly upon pushing the button, like that sign there that I wanted to capture to show where I was. Priceless. Now here we are on our ramp. First twisty, even though we don't really have, look at that, a bicycle. We don't really have twisties or lots of curbs here in Florida, or hills, etc, 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 but these on and off ramps can get you to get a nice lean. So right there, it's got a nice lean on the motorcycle. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we just came from a little bit west. Here we are. Instant recording at the push of a button. Look at those colors here on Fort Lauderdale Beach. This is how I look at the beach. Okay, so we're at Lighthouse Point, and this water is absolutely beautiful. Check this out. Okay, so to test this camera out even further, we're going to take this motorcycle down to Miami. I'm in Broward, Fort Lauderdale area right now, so I'm about to take the bike down to Miami, the best place to record some low-light scenes and capture some awesome, amazing, stunning nightlife. So this is the DJI Action 5 Pro in super night mode. Right now we're at 4K, 60 frames per second. How do I look? Do I look HDR? The wind was blowing over my tripod there, but how do I look? How does the night line look? Now, this is super night mode with an exposure of negative 0.7, 4K, 30 frames per second. So now this is super night mode with an exposure of negative 0.7. So now we're gonna go down out of this parking garage. Let's just go. Okay, so we're about to see how this thing performs at nighttime. And to do that, we're gonna take it to Miami. Yeah, this person literally just pulled out in front of me in true Florida driver fashion. Alright, so we're about to get on the ramp here and begin our trek south toward Miami. So I decided to keep the same exposure setting at night that I have on for my day settings, just because the last time I attempted to record this video, it pretty much was a bust because it looked really HDR and a little overexposed even for the low light conditions. And so I just wanted to give this a second try, just lowering that exposure a little bit. Right now I'm recording in the super night mode. Also, for audio purposes, I'm using the DJI Mic Mini. And for you people that know anything about motorcycles, I'm using a Shoei helmet, which is a relatively quiet helmet. But regardless, no matter what helmet you're wearing, you're always going to get some noise. So this is what the audio sounds like as I'm on Interstate 595 here in Florida right now. Here comes another driver pulling in front of me. At least this one signaled. So we're now taking the ramp from I-595 to get onto I-95, going southbound toward Dade County 305. That's the state trooper stopping somebody, or maybe they got into a crash. So right now we're doing about 58 miles per hour on the I-95 south ramp, as you guys can see right there. And this is what the audio sounds like just using Bluetooth. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Miami-Dade County. And you can tell by all of the lights. Okay, gotta get over because we're gonna go downtown. Making my way downtown, riding fast, Harley Davidson engine blast. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And I will ride into the night. Miami lights on my Harley ride. And you know I rode 1,000 drives to test the DJI Action 5. Look at that. We are in Miami. Listen, there is no better feeling than riding a motorcycle in the open air with the city lights. There's no better feeling. I initially thought it was a bit too cold for this ride, but listen, it turned out to be beautiful. Look at those skyscrapers. I mean, they're not quite scraping the sky, but look at those buildings. This is one of my favorite views in the entire area of Miami. Look at that. Look at that. There it is, city center. We're in the city center of Brickell, Miami, and this is just amazing. But look at that traffic, guys. Oh, city of Miami Canine. All right, here we go. This street right here is one of my favorite streets in Brickell because you can see the Brickell City Center sign and lights. It's pretty cool. And yeah, rando that's running out in front of traffic. Got random people walking across the street where there's no crosswalk. Welcome to Miami, guys. That's why you do not jaywalk. As you can see, that person, that lady right there, almost got hit by a car. Glad you guys see the some of the perils of Miami. It's not all just bright lights, you know. Now we're coming right back out to where we came in. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Brickell via the DJI Action 5 Pro. Haha. Okay, so we are now at the world famous Bayside Marketplace, where people don't know how to use crosswalks. So Bayside Marketplace is basically an outside marketplace here in Miami, where you have lots of shops, vendors, tourists from all over the world, and restaurants, almost everything you can think of, shops. It's also like a little shopping mall. So Bayside Marketplace. Now I brought you guys here because I want to check out the world famous Mason's, a place where you can get a delicious lobster sandwich. No super night, just regular. Super night mode, and both of these are set at negative 0.3. Super night mode. And we're about to come through a really noisy area. We're going to check out one of my favorite places, Mason's famous lobster rolls. I love this place. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. Okay, so I'm in Miami at Mason's, waiting on my lobster to come out, but it's kind of cold out here. It's actually 58 degrees. This is me in super night mode. I don't know, both of these are looking kind of good with that negative 0.3 setting. I love how fast this thing instantly gets recording. Super night mode, walking and vlogging. Now walking and vlogging, regular video mode. Well, let's take a little walk down here because I remember the last time I took this video, I came down this way and my video looked trashy, but that was using the highest exposure setting on automatic. So let's see how we look now. It almost looked like there was a filter on the video the last time I recorded it, right here in this dark area with minimal lighting. So let's see how it comes out. Now let's switch to super night mode. Here we are, super night mode. I really want to love this camera. I want it to work. I'm loving the fact that I can see myself, because if this was a GoPro right now, I would definitely not be able to see myself. I cannot get over how quickly this thing starts recording. That's already a major plus over the GoPro. Here we are passing the Miami Heat Arena. The Bus 100. Right now, we should have a nice view of Bayside. Yep. There it is. Bayside that we're leaving. It really never gets old how quickly this thing turns on. Now we're heading toward A1A North. The Port of Miami. I've got to go on a cruise soon, but this is the low light nighttime shooting of the Action 5. Look at that. Oh, well, I see police lights ahead. Psh. Oh, wow, somebody crashed into the wall there. I'll tell you something about the DJI Action 5. Listen, I'm continually blown away by how quickly it starts recording. There are so many times with the GoPro that I would have to go back and make a U-turn if there was something interesting that I wanted to record while riding a motorcycle. And you know, on a motorcycle you're moving pretty quickly. But there are so many times I had to bust a U-turn to be able to go back and get a shot that I want. Once again behind the bus 100 in Miami. We're on Washington Ave, Miami, Florida, USA, United States of America. Right next to the big 100 bus. Oh shoot, look at that. Yeah, because he's not even looking to where he's going, try to run me off. Listen, I'm glad you guys are seeing all this in 3D so you guys know what you're dealing with when you come to Miami, man. It's really the United State of Miami down here. At the push of a button, we've got recording going on the DJI Action 5 Pro. I love it. And right now we just got onto the Florida Turnpike, and there to your left is the Miami Dolphins Hard Rock Stadium. Yes sir. We're on the Turnpike, but we're officially back in Broward, and we're passing the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Broward, Florida. Not to be confused with Hollywood, California, okay? But there it is, changes colors. It's the hotel that looks like a guitar, or the Guitar Hotel. So after using this camera, I've come to the conclusion that this is definitely my favorite action camera. I will hands down be keeping the DJI Action 5 as my sole go-to camera for all of my action filming needs, because this camera has far exceeded my expectations. As you guys heard in the video, you've probably heard me say over and over so many times while filming this video that I was so impressed by how quickly I can start recording. With the GoPro, I just push the button and it takes forever to start recording, to the point that sometimes I have to go bust a U-turn on my motorcycle and refilm something that I was trying to get, because by the time the camera actually starts recording after I push the shutter button, I could already miss my shot. With the DJI Action 5, I have no problems with that whatsoever. The second I hit that record button, almost instantaneously, I am collecting footage. Just that in itself is worth it. Another reason I will be keeping the DJI Action 5 is because of how small and lightweight this camera is. The lightweightness, especially when you're doing motovlogging and you have it mounted to your helmet here, it makes all the difference when you're going on those super long rides. Third reason why I'm keeping the Action 5 over the GoPro is the fact that I'm able to do this. I can pair my DJI Mic Mini wirelessly to the Action 5 without using any media mod or any other attachments, and record crystal clear footage. And as I listened to the audio, for my needs as a motovlogger, I'm super and thoroughly impressed with it, and it works great for me. I'm also impressed with the footage that I've been getting out of this camera. The colors and just the way that I'm looking at it with the naked eye, I feel like it's closer to how it actually looks in comparison to the GoPro. I also love having the magnetic mount and the ability to just remove the camera, snap it onto different attachments. Another reason why I will be keeping this camera is the battery life. The battery life is phenomenal, and I don't have to worry about running out of batteries. Sometimes just one battery is enough for my entire video. And perhaps one of the most beneficial things to having this camera is the low light performance. As you guys can see from my ride down to Miami, the camera captures phenomenal low light nighttime videos. And honestly, I couldn't really tell a huge difference between just using the regular video mode and the super night mode. So it's a win-win situation at the end of the day. DJI is my new go-to action camera and I highly recommend it. And hey, had to break up with GoPro, but it's worth it. So I'm back in the cage. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you enjoy motorcycle, motovlogging, travel, or adventure content, do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button so that you guys can stay in touch with what I'm doing here in beautiful Florida and across the country and across the world. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. My corny catchphrase, peace up, 2 wheels down.